Be honest. When the answer doesn't pop into your head, when the room doesn't clap, when the A isn't guaranteed. If you grew up the smart kid, you were told you'd go far, but somewhere along the way, the praise became pressure, and the pressure became a prison. Today, we're going to unlock that door, not by arguing with your past, but by updating the identity you use to move through the world. Here's the promise. By the end of this episode, you'll know why being smart can quietly isolate you, and a simple way to replace that fragile identity with one built on growth, humility, and real connection. Quick picture. Imagine Maya, straight-A student, never studied much. Everyone told her she was destined. In college, the classes get harder. For the first time, the answers don't snap into place. Instead of asking for help, she hides. She changes her major to something easier, avoids group work, and calls it focus. What really happened? She protected the identity that used to protect her. The goal today is to help your identity protect your future, not your image. As kids, identity starts simple. I like Pokemon. I'm fast. I'm smart. The label smart feels like jet fuel. Teachers smile, parents brag, you solve things quickly, and life feels like easy mode. But most praise you got wasn't for effort. It was for effortless success. You learned, without anyone saying it out loud, if I'm smart, it should be easy. That message sticks. And when something isn't easy later, it doesn't feel like a normal challenge. It feels like an attack on who you are. So you start moving away from friction. Try this micro reframe when you feel that flinch. This isn't evidence I'm not smart. It's evidence I'm stretching. Then, add one visible action in 60 seconds. Open the book. Ask one question. Write one ugly sentence. Speed beats the spiral. The moment you struggle, your brain whispers, if I'm smart, why is this hard? Instead of leaning into practice, you avoid. You only raise your hand when you know. You skip the game unless you're sure you'll win. You stop starting things you might love because they might expose you. The world doesn't shrink, your life does. You defend an image rather than develop a skill. And that's how a label becomes a cage. While your peers experiment, fail, and adapt, you stay where you're already good. It feels safe, but it's lonely. Because growth is where connection happens. Teams, awkward first tries, long practices, shared progress. When you opt out of those contexts, you opt out of the spaces where bonds form. You didn't lose social skills, you just stopped putting them in environments that stretch them. Before a social moment, run this 30-second deep performance reset. Inhale 4, exhale 6, twice. Say, I'm not here to impress, I'm here to be with. Pick one curiosity question and one tiny share about yourself. Presence over polish. Smart kids often switch to analysis when they feel behind. You read people like a data set. You simulate, predict, manage the room. That's cognitive empathy, understanding feelings without actually feeling with. It's useful until it's exhausting, because while everyone else relaxes into presence, you're calculating. What should I say next? How do I sound? Socializing becomes another performance to get right, another test to pass, so you attend less, and the loneliness deepens. When disconnection spikes, you try to think your way out. You journal arguments for why you're fine. You diagram behaviors. You build airtight cases. But loneliness is not a logic problem. Intelligence solves external puzzles. Self-worth is an internal bond. There's no syllogism for, am I enough? That's answered in experiences of belonging, not paragraphs of proof. It's not that you're overthinking. It's that you're under-feeling. Emotional growth got skipped to keep the smart story clean. 2 practices to nudge feeling back online. Name one body sensation out loud. Tight chest, warm face. Name one need without judgment. I need support. I need rest. I need a friend. Needs aren't weaknesses, they're coordinates. When the ache gets sharp, pride steps in. I'm just different. People aren't on my level. Surface friendships bore me. It looks like superiority, it's actually self-protection. If you claim you're above everyone, you never have to feel left out by anyone. This wall keeps you safe from rejection and also from connection. The remedy isn't more brilliance, it's more bravery. 2 tiny courage reps. Admit I don't know once a day. In class, at work, in chat. Ask for small help you could technically do alone. You're practicing safe to be seen. Here's the pivot. Stop identifying as the smart one. Intelligence isn't bad, it's just unstable as a foundation for worth. Build on something stronger. Willingness. I am willing to be new. I am willing to be bad before I'm good. I am willing to feel awkward and keep showing up. When your identity becomes the person who is willing, difficulty stops threatening who you are and starts training who you're becoming. Try this daily, out loud. I'm not here to look impressive. I'm here to grow. Effort is my metric. Progress is my proof. Connection beats perfection. These aren't mantras for hype. They're instructions for your nervous system. Say them before tasks, before practice, before social plans. You're teaching your body that safety can exist inside effort. Implementation ideas. Put these lines on your phone lock screen, a sticky note on your mirror, and a calendar reminder named willing, not perfect, at your most avoidance-prone hour. Think of your life as 2 tracks you move every day: skill and social. You don't need huge leaps. You need tiny, frequent reps. Pick one ability you've avoided because it scares your smart image. Learn guitar badly. Ship a clumsy draft. Ask a basic question in class. Do 20 minutes, timer on. No perfection, just presence. End by logging 1 sentence. What tiny thing improved? That sentence turns effort into data your brain can trust. Choose 1 micro-connection daily. Send a voice note. Ask a coworker how they're really doing. Invite someone to walk. Use the 1-1-1 rule. 1 genuine question, 1 true share about yourself, 1 follow-up later. Reward completion, not charm. We're building a reflex to reach, not a script to impress. Sample day, 7:40 p.m. Set 20-minute timer, write 150 messy words. 8:05 p.m. Text a classmate, how did you approach problem number 3? 8:10 p.m. Log your 1-line win and 1-line gratitude. Being new lights up old alarms. You're failing, they'll see you. Here's a quick sequence when that hits. Name it, alarm, not reality. Normalize it. This is the price of a bigger life. Narrow it. What's my next tiny move? Tune the guitar. Open the document. Send the text. Neutralize outcome. Reps over results. You're training tolerance, the muscle that keeps you present when your image feels wobbly. Keep 2 rescue phrases handy. I can be new and safe, and 2 minutes to begin. Connection doesn't require you to be dazzling. It requires you to be available. Try this today. Show up slightly early and stay slightly late. Connection often lives in the margins. Share something small and honest before you ask something big and deep. Let awkward silence breathe for 2 beats. Your job isn't to entertain. It's to be with. Cognitive empathy can start the map. Emotional presence walks the path. Make the next 30 days a lab, not a test. The goal isn't to become less intelligent. It's to stop outsourcing your worth to easy wins. At first, you'll feel exposed. Then, you'll feel curious. Eventually, you'll feel connected. The world won't change. Your stance will. Hard won't mean I'm not smart. It'll mean I'm training. Awkward won't mean I don't belong. It'll mean I'm beginning. Silence won't mean I failed the conversation. It'll mean we're both human. You'll sense a wider life, a life that can hold mistakes without breaking you. You weren't wrong for wanting to be special. You were surviving. But you don't have to perform to deserve a place at the table. You don't need to predict every move to be safe with people. You don't have to hide your learning curve to be worthy of love. Trade impressive for honest. Trade certainty for curiosity. Trade solitude for small, brave invitations. If any of this felt like a mirror, here's your first move right after this video. Pick 1 tiny skill rep and 1 tiny reach out. Set the timer, send the note. Do not wait to feel ready. Readiness grows inside the doing. You never needed to be the smartest person in the room to belong in it. You needed to be a person willing to show up, badly at first, and stay. That's where connection lives. That's where growth lives. And that's where you get your life back. If this helped, drop "I'm willing" in the comments and tell me your 20-minute skill for today. Not because you need permission, because naming the first step makes it real. Bonus segment, the 5-minute reboot. For the days you feel behind. Ground. Close your eyes. Inhale 4, exhale 6. 3 times. Name 3 sounds in the room. Tell your body we're safe. Narrow. Pick exactly 1 move that takes 2 minutes or less. Open the doc, tune the A string, draft a text to a study buddy. Begin. Set a 2-minute timer and start. When it dings, decide. Either stop, win, or add 3 more minutes. Bonus. Log. Write 1 sentence of evidence. Today, I showed up when I didn't feel like it. Share. Send a quick, did my tiny rep note to a friend or comment thread. Accountability makes identity sticky. 2 identity anchors. Say them out loud. I'm the kind of person who starts small and keeps promises to future me. Awkward is the toll booth on the bridge to belonging. The 30-second future you handshake. Close your eyes and picture tomorrow you reading your log. See their shoulders lower. Hear them whisper, "Thank you." Now open your eyes and give them 120 seconds of progress. If you skip a day, here's the 3-line recovery. Missed yesterday, not my future. Next tiny move is in 2 minutes. I'm back. No drama, just direction. Remember, the goal isn't to never wobble, it's to wobble forward. Willing beats brilliant when brilliant won't begin. Start small, start now, and let repetition do what talent can't. Make you available for a bigger life.